Revolution is really evolution. It's taking all your heroes, all their greatest attributes, mixing it with yourself and taking it to another level.
At the beginning of the 1970s, surfing was in the grips of revolution, with surfboards cut down in size dramatically in the years prior. Coolangatta's young stars, led by Michael Peterson, Rabbit Bartholomew and Peter Townend, were reaching astounding new levels of high-performance surfing, changing the face of the sport and helping create professional surfing as we know it today.
The surf industry didn't exist, sponsorship didn't exist. Early in the morning was empty, totally empty lineups.
You'd be lucky on a day like today if there were 20 guys between here and Kira.
Surfing perfect waves every day, what a life. I found utopia. You know, seriously, like the shortboard revolution happened in 1 week. During that week, the boards got cut down underneath Michael Peterson's house, and people openly laughed.
We all shaped our own boards that we could actually get barreled. It was really the start of really deep barrel riding.
And the next weekend we were on these unbelievable little hot dog boards doing roundhouse cutbacks and smashing the lead. And suddenly it was like suddenly like, well, that's not cool anymore, that's cool.
At the beginning of 2012, professional surfing is again on the brink of revolution.
Now there's a new group coming through that it's just changed so much.
Their aerial attack, I mean, I don't think people even understood for the last couple of years what they're doing.
Onshore's a new offshore, we don't care. We'll just give us anything, we'll just carve it up and go in the air and do amazing surfing.
They're forcing everyone to reinvent themselves.
Julian's probably the last to go through the traditional career path through the pro juniors, and these other kids have just gone, hey, I'm 17, I'm super hot, I just want to be there. And they've just arrived.
John John Florence of Hawaii and Kolohe Andino of California are the teenage stars of this new movement of surfing. With Brazilians Gabriel Medina and Miguel Pupo, these rookies are bringing revolution back to the same point breaks of Coolangatta.
Ultimate goal would be to win a world title. I mean, I'm on the tour now, and right now I'm just trying to enjoy my rookie year, have fun, and surf the way I want to surf.
Kind of got out of my mind, just surf a heat and just look at him like any other competitor. That's like one of the best things I've learned.
I'd be one of my heroes on the tour, then it'd be a huge thing for me. So yeah, I want to smoke him.
I've seen all the footage of Snapper when it's good, and guys just getting barrel from behind the rock all the way across, and I hope it's like that.
Round one, Cookie Pro, first round of the year, and everyone's pretty excited, I think. We've got pretty fun little waves today. There's a few little barrels in on the rock, there's a couple little runners on the inside. There's still definitely some fun ones.
In his first heat of 2012, Kolohe meets an in-form Kelly Slater, who with his experience of 11 world titles behind him, humbles the rookie.
We paddled out and got like a warm-up wave, and then Kelly got an 8 and I got another wave and he got a 9, so it's pretty much done. I mean, I don't know. I guess if you're super naughty you could get 2 9.5s, but first heat, so no worries, and I'm in the second round now.
John John, with a combination of power and intuitive barrel riding, has a dream start, posting a near-perfect 2-wave total, the best of the entire event, justifying the hype surrounding his arrival on the World Tour.
Yeah, I'm super stoked. This is my first time snapper too, and it's a really fun wave. I didn't really get to surf until last night. Stoked to get through that heat. I was pretty nervous, but yeah, I'm having a lot of fun.
Well, we're down here at Snapper and we're about to get into round 2. It looks pretty rippable. The tide's coming in and it looks like it's going to be sick for the next couple of hours, so I reckon they'll bang out as many heats as they can.
Round 2 begins with the high-profile clash of likely Australian world title contender Taj Burrow and beat poet superstar Dane Reynolds of California, the most anticipated heat of the competition.
Didn't win it, but everybody had some good exchanges and got to cut loose a little bit. It was fun.
The first of the teenage rookies is eliminated when in a surprise upset, Brazil's Gabriel Medina falls short to Western Australia's Yaden Nicol in a tight contest.
Yeah, you know, the young guys, definitely it's a rough one, because I remember when I was first on tour, you know, all the pressure and all the limelight's on you, and you need to perform and live up. But, yeah, we'll see how they deal with the pressure. I think they're going to do pretty well, you know.
In the last heat of the day, Kolohe Andino fends off countryman and two-time US Open champion Brett Simpson, showing glimpses of the new school surfing he represents.
I got that 8, like, flew down the line and did the air and a couple wraps, and I was pretty stoked on that. Stoked, you know, John John ripped, and that inspired me a lot. I was fired up after that. Flared up, got that 19.6, and yeah, Pupo's still going, so it's us 3 out of the 4 young guys, so it's pretty cool.
Behind every new wave of dynamic young surfers will always be another ready to evolve the game even further. 15-year-old Mikey Wright is already a star in waiting. With a bloodline of surfing super talent, he's one surfer to keep an eye on.
I've been surfing for about 11 years now. My whole family always surfed most of the day, except for when we had to go to school. When we grew up at Taj Burrow, there was a lot of lefts, like heavy beach breaks, and it has changed from what I used to surf now. I live in Lennox Head and it's point break, so it's totally different. I didn't really know many professional surfers when I was young, but I knew that Owen surfed really good and I wanted to be like him. Both my 2 sisters surf. Tyler's on the tour and Kirby's just started to train again, and she's ripping. In my free time when I don't have competitions or school, normally just go free surfing whenever I can.
He's always active because he's had older brothers and sisters that are always there and always doing something.
Travelling with guys my age is a really good thing. I see them surfing good and I always want to do one better than them. Whenever I'm free surfing, I've always got something in the back of my mind what I'm trying to do and nail it.
I think he's got potential to take it all the way for sure. He's really good at big waves, barrel riding, airs. I'm looking forward to see how he develops, you know, when he gets to 18 and older.
We moved into round 3 and waves have dropped off a little bit today, but there's some little sections, got to kind of maximize what you got. Look for that wave that's got a little bit of a clean face and maybe 2-3 turns and hope it connects back on the bank on the inside. Sort of into those money rounds, you know, you lose, you're going home.
Miguel Pupo typifies the threat of the new guard, eliminating local favourite and 2-time world champion Mick Fanning with a backhand attack too strong for his hero.
Mick's like my favorite surfer, you know, because he always fit, he always like focused, he always surfing good, so I was trying to be like him on that heat. Always when you make the CT, you always look at those guys and say, whoa, I'm here, you know, I'm here with the big heroes, and if you want to stay here, if you want to stay on a CT, you know, stay on tour with them, you have to beat them. So I was trying to do that, hopefully make the tour again and stay with them.
Kolohe and John John draw experienced World Tour campaigners Adriano De Souza and Ace Buchan for their round 3 heats.
It just didn't come together, you know. Wave selection's always everything out here at Snapper, and I think John had big plans for this event and came in and worked super hard getting ready for it, and I mean, I think, you know, every event he's a contender.
Despite showing the world a peek at the future, experience wins out and the much-hyped teenagers fall out of this competition.
You just got to walk away and take the positive out of this event so far, and you know, hopefully you can do a fair bit better in the next one.
We got round 4 here today of the Quickie Pro, and the winner goes through to the quarterfinals, and second and third go into round 5. I don't know, that jump into the quarterfinals is definitely a big confidence booster. The winds come up a little bit, but there's still some waves, and this onshore wind's perfect for airs, so there's going to be some exciting surfing.
Against local favourite Joel Parkinson, South African Geordie Smith shows impressive form in an injury-free return to the World Tour.
I wanted to beat Joel bad. You know, he's beaten me pretty much my whole life up until last year here at Snapper, so I feel like I've got a lot to get back.
Gone into round 5 now, back into the elimination round, and the waves are onshore but super rippable and the sets come in. Yeah, the Julian and Parko matchup's going on right now, so I'm excited to get upstairs and watch it.
In a display of smooth and powerful rail surfing, Joel Parkinson posts the first and only perfect 10 of the event and disposes of high-flying Julian Wilson.
Tough heat, man. Julian at 3 to 4 foot onshore snappers doesn't get much harder, and I really had to kind of pull it all out. I got that one wave, it turned into a real good score.
The last teenager in the event, Pupo, faces off against Ace Buchan for the last spot in the quarterfinals. He loses by only a fraction of a point.
Yeah, look, I think he'll come away from this event pretty happy. He's surfed really well, and look, that was a close heat, and we had a close heat in San Fran, so it feels good to get one back on him. The young guys maybe haven't gone as far as they would have liked. This tour is a bit about experience and using that when you need it. And, look, those guys are going to have long careers and they're going to have plenty of opportunities. So, yeah, definitely really stoked to have gotten past John John yesterday and Miguel today.
On the other side of the tour, women's surfing is going through a renaissance of style. At the forefront, bringing soul and femininity to high-performance women's surfing is 4-time world champion Steph Gilmore.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of growing up here on the southern end of the Gold Coast with my dad, who's an extremely keen surfer. He'd always bring my sisters and I into town and just surfing snapper and Greenmount pretty much every day. From such a young age, I was always surfing these perfect sand bottom right-hand point breaks, and I just loved it. There's so much history in surfing in this area. I mean, the very first female world champion was Phyllis O'Donnell, and she lives in this area too. Being able to have access to so many professional surfers, I just learnt so much from them. I think nowadays the guys really respect the women in the water, whereas before it was sort of like they were competing against each other. So I think that's where the females sort of lost touch of that femininity, and whereas now the guys are just, they're stoked to have that more balanced energy in the lineup.
Let it go.
For me, I just love style. I love watching Tom Curran surf. I love watching Lisa Anderson surf. I think Lisa Anderson, in my eyes, is still the most stylish female surfer on the planet. She really inspired this whole generation of young girls with a power and a grace and a beauty that was, is there, and I think females can do it a little bit better than guys. It's the linking between turns and the little subtle touches on the wave face. I really love to be able to draw inspiration from my surfing from worlds that are completely, worlds away from what the surfing industry is. I've always sort of found myself to be a bit like a gypsy, where I can, I'm not really attached to any place or any time. The best part about traveling is that you can be in New York in this crazy non-stop lifestyle where you just don't sleep, and then you head over to Africa and you're helping people just live. So I was approached by the Quiksilver Foundation to be involved with one of the projects around the world, and this was an opportunity to go to Africa and to be a part of the Water Guardians project, which is about educating a village on a sustainable living, planting thousands of fruit and nut trees, they build some wells and teaching them how to irrigate their crops. It's an incredible process, and a trip like that definitely captures the spirit of a traveller. My motivation to surf is just, it has to be one of the best things in the world. Like, it always changes. Every single day is different. You go out into the surf and every single wave that you catch is going to be completely different to the wave you caught before or any other day. At the end of the day, I'm just living. Like, I love what I do. I love being able to travel and see the world and compete, perform in front of people. It's just an incredible lifestyle, and if the world titles keep coming, then I'm not going to say no.
As the final day of surfing begins, the Tour's rookies watch on as the elite of the World Tour play out the final rounds and contend for the title of Quiksilver Pro Champion. Australian Owen Wright falls to Brazilian Adriano De Souza in the quarterfinals. Ace Buchan's run comes to an end at the hands of a firing Taj Burrow.
It's obviously disappointing for me to have lost in the quarters. It's good to be a part of a really exciting heat, and Taj just got me right at the end, and he's looked sharp all event.
Jordy Smith's speed and power books him a place in the semi-finals over Joel Parkinson. Josh Kerr and Kelly Slater go head-to-head in what's becoming somewhat of a regular clash at the tail end of competition. This time, Kerr gets the better of the exchange.
Yeah, 5th place, lost in the quarters to Josh Kerr. I know he busted a couple errors and reverses, so you got to watch out in small ways like this. When you get Josh, he's going to get you. So. Semi-finals should be good. You got Adriano and Josh. Other side of the draw, you're going to have Taj and Jordy. We'll see what happens there. That should be an interesting heat.
De Souza secures his place in the Quiksilver Pro 2012 final. Taj Burrow meets Jordy Smith in the second semi-final. continues his stellar form, advancing to the final against De Souza.
You know, Adriano versus Taj, they're both going to, you know, obviously bring a lot of heat and they're going to be quick and aggressive. Yeah, I think it'll be a great final.
I was out at a party. I took a girl who looked friendly. She seemed glad to meet me. I don't know. But she spoke so sweetly. She seemed glad to meet me. She took me in completely. Oh, then did I realize.
TV just went loony town on one and it's making for an exciting finish. Adriano only needs like a 6-point wave, so he can get that easy.
With just a few seconds remaining and only needing an above-average score to win, Adriano De Souza throws a radical inverted aerial in the last wave of the event, still being judged as the competitors walk up the beach. But De Souza's score falls short. Taj Burrow is the 2012 Quiksilver Pro Champion.
It's the best way to start, that's for sure. Yeah, just hope to snowball the confidence and yeah, win another event.
While the teenage rookies didn't achieve the results they'd hoped, the sparks of change were there and will be reignited when the World Tour continues at Australia's Bells Beach.